How do you find a starting point for world building? So, how does one find a starting point when it comes to world building? This is a very broad question, but it is a very simple answer. And that answer is pretty much, you have to start somewhere. There is no right way to start with world building. I typically think of world building in four different aspects: small to large. That is to say, focus on a small geographic area, location, begin to flesh it out how you feel it needs to be fleshed out, and then broaden the scope from there. Kind of zoom out and come up with the places around it and the places around that. You could do the large to small method, which is you come up with the world, you come up with the continents, and then you start putting in pieces. Large to small could also mean large events to small events. So coming up with the big rocks of what happened in the timeline. What is the big creation story? What is the big war that happened? What is the big cataclysm? What is the big union of nations that created this empire? A third way to look at it would be a story. You want to build out the settings that are going to be necessary for that story. So if there is a small village that the protagonist is from, you begin by building out that small village, and you determine who lives in that small village, what establishments there are, a general sense of what the society is like, what the cultural norms are and the etiquette, and then you kind of follow along the journey of where you intend to bring that character, and then you start building out those spaces. The fourth way is similar to the third way, except it is very specifically, not by your point of view as a writer or world builder, but from the point of view of the character themselves. If you're really trying to deep dive into the mind of the character, the main characters or the players of whatever story it is, you're thinking from not a position of what do I want to put around them, but what do I want to have them experience? What do I want them to interact with? Very similar to story, except you're taking point of view much closer into context. The sensation of things, the color of things, the atmosphere, because you are mentally putting yourself in the shoes of NPCs, you're mentally putting yourself in the shoes of the character. You are creating an experience, not just a setting. So those are the four methods that I typically recommend in order to create that sort of paradigm in a setting or a game or a novel or whatever it is that you wish to create. There is no wrong answer to starting point. There's only whatever point you wish to start with, whatever makes sense the most for whatever it is you're trying to create. Whatever it is in your heart of hearts to create, that is your starting point.